A rookie in car number 04. Triple D Racing brings us Brandon Dion.
A kid with a ton of talent, the NJK Automotive Dave Smith racing car number 31 for Stephen Kopsing from Newtown.
Then it will be the point leader in car number 77 from Westfield. Bill's Repair Service brings us Jeremy Sorrell.
Then it's Mr. Bottom Shot, Joey Farino, out of East Hartford, Connecticut, the RH Two-Way Racing Communication RK Machine Car.
The Old Warhorse in car number 79. Auto Parts International brings us Glenn Griswold.
Jeff Smith, the number 76, out of Old Lyme, Connecticut, starts in 13th.
Carlos Gray will be in the 69. Jay Goff in car number 07.
Wesley Pucker, the 22. Chris Como, the 21 car. Paul French, the 37. And Tyler Hines, the 25. We are up to speed and racing.
And already a threat for 3 wide, as that was a pretty bold move of Burnham to get us started. Burnham trying to move into second, but Todd Doulard has the lead.
There's no question Doulard has improved each and every time out. Off the turn, here comes Burnham. The Shark, Charlan, in the deep waters already. He is muscling his way to the bottom. Here comes Beaujolais on the inside, but Burnham, the farmer, plants his foot and takes over position number 1.
And he's leading by a cornstalk over that number 16 at Doulard as they scramble their way on the front straightaway. What a battle between the veteran Bob Charland and the rookie Brandon Dion, and that is for 3rd place.
Dion goes to the outside. Doulard does a little stutter step. Here comes Charland. Inside, 3 wide, up the hill, and it is Dion who wins the drag race for 2nd at the line.
Now Shagnon gets into 3rd, and dropping back to 4th is Doulard. Almost lost it. Trouble for Beaujolais, for Mendito. He is on the grass, and so is Jay Goff.
Mendito pulls away, but now stops on the inside of the racetrack. Will this pay off? Yes, it does. The caution flag is out. Dylan Mendito will spin to the bottom of the racetrack, just between turns 1 and 2. 3 of the 20 circuits are in, going for the ride of his or her life, Matt, with Bob Potter, who's our special guest.
Yeah, there's one more person in the starting lineup. That's Andrew Nagy. He is in the 2-seater alongside Bob Potter. As you get to ride during a feature, this is as good as it gets. As feature speed, feature intensity, and there is no greater thrill than getting a chance to be in the ride-along car during the SK Light feature. So it could be you, but right now it's Andrew Nagy, and it is the most exciting ride in motorsports, the one that Andrew is taking right now. Let's go to Connor Sullivan for this Flamingo Motorsports Report.
Well, tough start for Dylan Mendito in that number 29 car, but not as tough as last week. You might remember, if you were here for that race last week, he got turned into the front straightaway wall coming out of turn 4. Heavy damage to the right front corner. They had to take off the entire front clip and reassemble the front end. Luckily, the motor was still intact. As for the car, it had a little bit of speed in practice, about middle of the time charts, but tell you what, it's not the starts that Dylan Mendito was looking for tonight.
So Dylan, in car number 29, got sent to John Deere Country, but he is back out at the rear of the field.
Still plenty of time to get back to the front for that talent. 3 of the 20 circuits into the record books. Nick Salvo won last Friday night. He is looking good. His confidence was up. He told me about that in the paddock area. Burnham is looking good. Best we've seen Charlan in quite some time. Doulard has improved every time out. Stay tuned, because Dion is a factor here.
And Burnham is going to get double teamed. To the outside is Dion. To the inside is Shagnon, the Shark. He smells blood in the water, trying to move into the lead, but it is on the outside. Brandon Dion, the teenager, has the top spot.
He is looking like a veteran instead of a youngster. Going to the outside, going, gone. Now Charlan is all over Burnham in a quest there. Further back, who are the movers and shakers coming to the front? Glenn Griswold looks good. Sorrell looks good. And all of a sudden, look at Sorrell now. Make his magic. Moves into the top 5, Matt.
Boy, he looks sort of coming out of a shaken can. as he got underneath Jeff Beaujolais. Griswold is getting a challenge now from Tyler Hines, who jumped out of line, but Hines has to settle in behind the Warhorse. The top four have separated themselves from the driver who was running fifth, Jeremy Sorrell, but Sorrell, it might not take him that long to catch up to the top four.
Tyler Hines started scratch. That means dead last in this feature event. That means he's passed more cars than anyone else in the field so far, and we only have 6 of the 20 circuits now complete. Back up front, Burnham still running in second. Dion is still the leader. Charland hunted down by Salva, runs at his tire tracks as they head to turn 1.
Salva looking strong for the second straight race. Remember last week he attacked early. He said that's the way his uncle Bo Gunning would have told him to do it. Look at how Bob Charland is doing it as he jackknifes his way underneath DJ Burnham. They are joined together like twin pops coming off the corner, and Bob Charland is a big dog in second place.
He certainly is, and who's the tail that wags a dog? Nick Salva. But the tail wants to be scratched and get around Charland for second, but he gets shaken off and is forced back to third.
And it is Sorrell. He is a factor. So is Beaujolais. But the drum major of the parade, a teenager, Brandon Dion. A student at Taunton, Mass. He started in the Gold Cups, went to mini stocks, had 2 wins last year at Seekonk in the Sportsman Trucks, and right now he is the class of the field.
He certainly is. A little further back, the 76 car of Jeff Smith is also coming to the front, and Griswold is right behind him, and Farino is struggling at the bottom of the racetrack. Car number 69 gets fired back up. No harm, no foul there. We're still under green. Back to the line. 10 down, 10 to go. Lap number 11 now clicks off.
And Brandon Dion is better than halfway there. A student at Bristol Plymouth High in Taunton. We have a battle. Joey Farino, as he has come to life. And he is going to choo-choo train his way underneath the Warhorse, Glenn Griswold, and also by Mendito. And a man in a hurry is Joey Farino.
Directly back towards the front. Here comes Sorrell down underneath the Burnham machine. That is the battle for the 4th spot. Diving deep into turn number 3. Sorrell is up to the 4th spot. And now Charland is about to go for the lead at turn 1.
Bob Charland said he has not had any luck all season long. Sometimes you make your own luck. That's what he is trying to do right now. Firecrackers his way under Dion. Challenge for the lead. Dion on the outside groove, pulling away momentarily.
Charland just doesn't give up. He's in the deep waters now. He's going for it down into turn number 1. But it's still Dion. Close, but no cigar. Charland doesn't give up. Salva is right there, looking to take over the number 1 spot. 6 laps to go. Charland settles back in. Here comes Nick Salva to challenge for second.
Salva has room underneath Shagnon. Let's see if he can take advantage of it. Charland in second. He gives Salva room, but there is no way Salva can get underneath him. 2 more contenders to add to the list. Jeremy Sorrell and DJ Burnham with 4 laps to go.
Tyler Hines moves into the top 6 from dead last, 16 and counting. It isn't still over with yet for the bid for the lead. Meanwhile, further back in the field, Tyler Hines, Farino, and Burnham now battle for the 5th spot.
Farino right now is bogged down behind Burnham at the front of the field. Brandon Dion living a charmed life on the outside groove. That's where Charland is going to challenge him. That leaves the inside lane open for Salva. Salva moves into second. Salva is going to make a make-for-broke move underneath the 04 of Dion.
Farino gets spun to the bottom of the racetrack. Going, gone. 2 laps to go. Nick Salva had it at the line last time by. They are side by side, wheel to wheel off the second turn. The caution flag comes out. It is for the number 22 machine of Wesley Prucker.
Now, more than half of the cars had to complete that lap, and I think that was the case. So it should be Nick Salva in the lead with 2 to go. Our driver in the 2-seater tonight, and he had one of the greatest runs. That was Andrew Nagy. And let's see what he thinks about the ride. Connor Sullivan is going to find out.
Well, Andrew, this is a chance to make a lot of people jealous out there. What did you think about tailing the field in this SK Light race?
Oh my God, it was an amazing experience. I hope everybody around here gets to try it. It was amazing just to be behind the field and just follow them. I'm speechless at how much fun it was.
Does it give you any ideas of possibly running one of these cars yourself?
Possibly.
Oh boy, we might have a possible future racer here coming out of the two-seater.
So that is Andrew Nagy, who was able to get a joyride courtesy of Bob Potter. What about the joyride by Nick Salva?
Great ride.
Had his opportunity. Both the 04 Brandon Dion and the one of Shagnon were running the high groove. That left the downstairs groove open. And Nick Salva, if you think about what you're going to do, you're going to be too slow. He just instinctively went for the hole on the inside, and he was able to get the nostrils of his car underneath the 04 Brandon Dion. But Dion, he still has some life left. Guess what? We are getting ready for the three most exciting words in motorsports. Green, white, checker, to determine the winner of this 20-lap SK Light feature.
The field will cross over and double up Salva and Dion. Row number 2, Charlane and Sorrell back down for a quick report.
Your night.
The car just started getting hot. I didn't want to risk it. It was getting up like 245, so I just hit the switch and pulled in. And it's just unfortunate. We had a great car. Finally got it dialed in real nice, changed a bunch of stuff, and felt like I had a car to win, but it's unfortunate. We'll be back next week, though. I got to thank my sponsors, just Hocon Industrial Gas, NJK Automotive, and Jarvis Brothers Roofing, David Smith Racing. I wouldn't be here without them. And see what this green white checker pans out.
All right, that's the word down from pit road. Let's send it back up for the green white checker.
Okay, place your bets now on who's it gonna be. Odds-on favorite last Friday night, Salva, going for the double. On the outside, Dion, always racy, wouldn't know he's a rookie. Charlane, he's hungry in the deep waters. Sorrell, looking for the points and the title. Get ready, Matt. Showtime off turn number 4, SK Light style. They're coming at you.
And it is Dion on the outside, like bread being popped out of a toaster. Temporarily had the top spot. He is trying to go to work on the outside groove. Dion by half a car. Dion by 3/4 of a car. Salva fighting back on the inside. They bombard their way off the corner. 1 lap to go. Brandon Dion trying for a rookie victory.
Salva on his back bumper. They're glued down into turn number 1. Turn 2. Dion still in command. 2 turns. If it's going to happen, it's got to happen now. It seems like it will not happen. In a bid for the lead, Dion opens up the door. Salva is there, and Dion will take down the victory. The rookie has done it. Nick Salva will finish in 2nd. Jeremy Sorrell in the 3rd spot. Bob Charlane for 4th. And Tyler Himes to finish at 5.
Then at 6, it was DJ Burnham. Big Country, Jeff Smith, good run, 7th place. Jeff Bosley in 8th. Dylan Mendito in 9th. And Jake Goff will round out the top 10.
Then it'll be Joey Farino, a disappointing 11th. Glenn Griswold, 12th. Todd Doulard, 13th. Paul French, 14th. Wesley Prucker, 15th.
In 16th, Jody Johnson, Chris Gombo, 17th. Carlos Gray in 18th. And Steven Kopchik will finish in 19th. What's that old cliche that we like to use, Ben, is we have Wesley Prucker into the wall along the front straightaway. Did not see what happened to Wesley, but obviously some turbulence after the checkered flag went out, and another car also involved.
And that's the Jody Johnson machine.
Yeah, Jody Johnson was pointed in the wrong way. But what's our cliche that we always use here at Stafford? You are only as good as your last restart. That last restart was brilliant for Brandon Dion, as that yellow flag came at the right time for him, and he was able to take advantage of it.
And of course, tonight we salute our Napa stores, 722 Weathersfield Avenue in Hartford, Connecticut. Mike Rodriguez and his staff from Westfield, Massachusetts on 46 Springfield Road, Westfield, Mass. Peter Harnos, We salute our Napa stores and we congratulate them for being a part of Team Stafford in 2014. Right now, a very happy young man. The rookie, you wouldn't know it by his performance. A lot of people have been talking about this kid as we are about ready to go to Napa Victory Lane. Nick Salva goes over to congratulate our winner, and it was good, clean racing right to the wire, Matt.
Yeah, and a great restart as the kid from Bristol Plymouth High does his school proud. We're going to go to Napa Victory Lane and Connor Sullivan.
Brandon, you came into the season as a full-body guy. Tonight you get your first SK Light Modified win, and you did it in dramatic fashion on the outside after you lost the lead before the last restart. Take us through your night.
Well, I was just trying to pace myself before, for that last restart and everything. So, made it happen in our favor.
What does this win mean to you?
It means a ton, especially for my mom and my dad, just working hourly on the car every week, and just feels awesome.
I'm sure you have a lot of people to thank for getting you down here to Victory Lane.
I'd first like to thank my mom and my dad, Tony from TA, Mike Paquette from CD Chassis, Douglas A. King Builders, and just everybody else that helped me out here.
All right, so that's the story for our first-time winner in the SK Light Modifieds, Brandon Dion. As we move over to our second-place runner, guy who almost made it back-to-back wins this season, Nick Salva. You had the preferred line in the restart. Take us through what happened.
We were really loose, and I knew that going in. That's why I got such a run going into 3 on Brandon. But that's racing, right? Can't win them all. I really have to thank all my sponsors: Dell's Vinyl Siding, D&D Auto Works, JG Pool and Drywall, Rad Auto Machine, Middlebury Consignment, Harry, Richie, my whole crew, everybody. New England Truck Equipment, Team Effort Racing.
Well, it was a great team effort going to second place. Nick Salva tonight. What a great finish here as we have our points leader, Jeremy Sorrell. You made a nice charge through the field as well. Talk about your night.
Yeah, we had a great run. Started mid-pack and just really worked our way up car by car. Third place is a great night. You're really happy for Brandon and those guys. They're a great group of guys. And, I got to thank my sponsors, Bill's Repair Service, Bop Transportation, Liptech Industrial, Tom Cycles, Roadrunner Express, Rad Auto Machine, all those guys. Without them, Magnus, everybody makes this possible.
All right, that's the story from our third place finisher, Jeremy Sorrell, and that's the story for the SK Light Modifieds.
Time to go racing, limited late model style. They head off turn number 4. Rich Keeter moves to the helm of the starter stand. There's the double greens, and it looks like a dead even start at the line, Matt. Who's it going to be? Turn 2.
Barkowski trying to get the upper hand, maybe by a centimeter, by a particle over Brian Clement, and slowly but steadily, Glenn Barkowski works his way to the front.
While that's happening, Clements fights back on the bottom. 3-wide action in the battle for third. The 4-car of Cliff Saunders is currently holding down that spot. Movers and shakers. Here comes the 66 of Brent. David Arute, challenge for the lead, turn 3.
And it's Barkowski again, lunging on the outside, trying to catapult his way into the lead. Brian Clement is not going down quietly. As they stop across the stripe, Clement is still leading after 2 laps.
There is side-by-side racing for third. On the bottom, it is Saunders. Here comes David Arute, muscling his way down underneath Brent. And there is Provost. Back up front, Barkowski is still working over Clements. Clements is loose, but still the leader.
And it is Andrew Hayes, perched behind the 88 of Dwayne Provost. He is the point leader, but by only 2 points. He said one thing he's learned this year, take your time early in the race. 20 laps is a long time to go. Now trying to take advantage of inside track position is Glenn Barkowski. Going sideways, a little loose is Clement. He recovers, but Barkowski moves into the lead.
They sway to the right, they sway to the left, like they're dancing in a square dance, but the leader is now Barkowski. All of a sudden, here comes Saunders. David Arute moves to the podium, and in the cat and mouse game there, like a Tom and Jerry cartoon, it is Provost hunted down by Hayes as they come back to the stripe.
So getting trapped on the outside is Clement, and he loses about 5 positions. And Justin Bren is in John Deere country at the front straightaway in car number 66. And it was that Provost who was involved. As Breed gets back out onto the track, we stay under green. But a very serious plot development here as Glenn Barkowski continues to be your surprising leader at the front of the field.
Paul Arute has a flat right front tire on the number 82 as he desperately tries to get it back down to pit road. Up front, here comes David Arute. Inside, looking racy. Takes over second, and then behind him it's Provost following him through the line, and so is Hayes. That's a threesome that is strong in the point standings in this limited late model class.
So Provost tickling the back bumper of David Arute cars, and now David Arute moves in underneath Cliff Saunders to take sole control a second. We said Andrew Hayes likes to take it very cautiously early in the race, so he has very quietly moved his way among the top 5.
He certainly has. David Arute is now moved into second. Provost is in third. Hayes is in the 4th spot. And then it's the 4 car of Saunders in position 5. Then early leader Clements is there. And then we see Austin Bissett trying to thread the needle and get to the front of the field as well. 9 of the 20, Matt. When they come back to the line, half of the event is history. And Barkowski, we've seen him getting stronger each and every time out, but will he have enough giddy up to hold on and take down the victory?
Well, we know one driver who does have giddy up, and that's David Arute in second as he is trying to gangbuster his way close to that number 7. Glenn Barkowski has raced at Stafford here for a long time. This might be his best race ever.
Certainly is doing a fine job as the leader of the pack. David Arute usually works best in the second half of a feature event. Tonight, he showed great aggression in the first 10. Will he be able to hunt down? And yes, he does. Bottom shot move, turn number 1. With the skill of a surgeon, he tries to take a slice out of the lead, but Barkowski has just enough giddy up to take it back.
Boy, he was able to gallop his way off the second corner. So a good job by Barkowski after David Arute tried the bottom shot. We know David Arute is probably better at that crossover move than anybody else in the limited late model division. The question is, when is he going to try it again against Glenn Barkowski?
He runs in the tire tracks of Barkowski down the back straightaway. Provost is into the top 3. Hayes is there. Barkowski turning in the run of his career as David Arute tries the bottom again, thinks twice of it, and pulls right back in the line.
Boy, this is the strongest that 7 car has ever been, but it will be tested at least one more time as David Arute moves to within striking distance in turn number 3. Dwayne Provost and Andrew Hayes, if they finish the way they are in this feature, the point race will be tied.
They sure are looking pretty consistent, hitting their marks each and every time by. Barkowski still holding on. David Arute is still right there in their tire tracks. Provost following him, and then it's Hayes, and now Austin Bissett is among the top 5.
The fact that Austin Bissett is caught up to the top 4 is an indication that Glenn Barkowski might be slowing this race down so he can have total control of that car in the corners. David Arute, is he going to be close enough to make another move? We still have enough time for him to act. When they cross the line, we'll be down to our final 4 laps.
Barkowski's finished on the podium third twice in 2014. He has never won here in this class, and he is still in command. Look at David Arute right there trying to get to the inside. but Barkowski has enough off the turn to still continue to hold on to the lead. Clock is ticking. 2 miles left. 4 circuits. Barkowski drifts up the hill, comes together with Provost. They are locked together, Matt.
And Barkowski headed to the wall and crams the wall. Barkowski, he shellacks the wall in turn 1. David Arute was able to get the lead. Barkowski went up high in the turn. David Arute had a pretty strong run. Coming off turn number 4, was able to insert himself into the lead, and then the damage started for Glenn Barkowski.
And the 88 machine, look at the right side of the race car. That is a skeletal view, and the black flag comes out. The reason is obvious. Only 2 points out of first.
Looks like a sidecar in a motorcycle, the way that sheet metal is sticking out there.
Yes, it does. Opened up like a can opener in a can of soup. And that all happened behind David Arute.
And Glenn Barkowski, you have to have a little sympathy for him because he was having such a great run. Lost it in turn number 4. Tried to get it back, but ran into the 88 of Dwayne Provost. Dwayne running for a championship, and that is a very significant move as it is going to set him back for a while as that sheet metal, it's almost like he ran into a hacksaw on the front straightaway.
Matt, we looked at timing and scoring, and Dwayne Provost turned the fastest lap in the first 17 circuits, a time of 22.172. So there's a heartbreaker. Down on pit road, 66, the Bren race car. Justin Bren got involved in a jingle down the front straightaway. Heartbreaker for this young talent who's been getting stronger each and every time out. Been to victory lane this season. And then the Provost car is back behind the wall. Now remember, these teams don't have the luxury of having crew members down on pit road. And they cannot ask an official or somebody else to assist them. That would be unfair. Now, Tommy Fox is, of course, the race director. He's watching every move of all of this to make sure that the playing field stays completely fair. So Provost's car set stranded on pit road. You have to kind of wonder the strategy in this situation. Would it be a smart move for Provost to get out of the car, see if that piece of debris will come off? If it did, that would give him the opportunity to go back, Matt. And with 2 points separating him in a quest for the points, well, you have to kind of wonder.
Well, one thing he does not have is duct tape.
Yep.
As that car could use it. Connor Sullivan is right there to get a good look at it. Let's go to him for this Flamingo Motorsports report.
Yeah, it's going to take more than duct tape. You can actually see one of the roll bars is actually bent out along with the body as Dwayne has just come out of the car. Dwayne, you want to give us your version of what happened?
I don't know. I guess he bounced off the wall and smashed into me, so I'm not really sure what happened other than that.
Okay, that's the word down here. Dwayne Provost, very disappointed.
And because he's out of his car, he
Yep.
will be out of the race.
That is right. And unfortunately, the 7 and the 88 car were literally locked together as they head down the front straightaway. And I think that's where that entanglement of the body panels took place.
3 laps to go. We're getting ready for a very critical restart.
Let's see what's going to happen. This could become, trouble initially. David Arute's car. The pack wheels were off the ground as Austin Bissett literally was pushing him. Arute's car had a problem initially getting up to speed. That gives Hayes the lead. Meanwhile, Saunders is back in there. What a heartbreaker for Arute.
Norman Sears running in third, trying to get second away from Cliff Saunders. Here comes Sears, and he's able to blockbuster his way into second. David Arute is back up to speed. He gets by Cliff Saunders to infiltrate the top 3. Andrew Hayes with a sizable lead in front.
David Arute is not done yet. He has his Italian temper up. He'll move to the inside. Sears is there. Arute dives to the bottom. Battle is for second. David Arute on the bottom. Final lap. It looks like Hayes is going to have an easy victory, but that is not the story for second. David Arute, wheel to wheel with Sears, off the turn. Hayes has done it. Back in the winner's circle, to the line. David Arute scraps and finishes in second. And Cliff Saunders will finish in third. Norm Sears for 4, and Austin Bassett for 5.
Albert Saunders was in 6th, Brian Clement in 7th, Robert Sudell in 8th, 9th for Glenn Barkowski after leading a good chunk of the race. Dwayne Provost in 10th, Justin Bren 11th, and Paul Arute was 12th. So a very costly night in the point standings. Andrew Hayes will pick up 18 points unofficially to take a 20-point lead. And the season is winding down with 5 races left in the limited late model division.
Now you have to wonder on that last restart, we saw David Arute's car off the ground. Austin Bassett's nose of his car was down underneath the car with the rear wheels off the ground, Matt. There's no traction. The wheels were actually spinning, but David Arute just didn't give up, and he'll be on the podium in second. I know he'd like to be one spot better, but tonight, last week, Hayes did not have the luck at all he needs. Tonight, Lady Luck is on his side.
I believe he finished last week, so he goes from last to first. And his brother was a winner in the Cub division on Cyric Fabrication Wild Thing Carts. So the Hayes family has had a pretty good week. Patrick, and now Andrew.
So, in just a moment, our winner, the Nantucket Community College car, and Andrew Hayes is in Napa Victory Lane, about ready to get out of the car. Kelly Lamisa is there, and Connor Sullivan. Ladies and gentlemen, he's out of the car. Let's go to Napa Victory Lane.
All right, he is out of the car. This is Andrew Hayes' 3rd win of the season. The last couple laps there, he just pulled away. Andrew, no one was catching up to you. There you are. That was crazy the last couple laps. What was going through your mind there at the end?
Yeah, I better hit my point there on the last restart, and I guess I did. I got a pretty good shove from behind. I'm not sure who it was, but I appreciate it. I'm not sure if David missed a shift or something, what happened, but unfortunate for him.
Who would you like to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank his Nantucket Community College, my buddy Keith, my mom, my stepdad, Total Protection Security Systems, Signorama, On Point Connections, my Uncle Bob, my dad, he works on this car every week. Everyone that helps out.
Great, now you're first in point. You just got a bigger lead on that. Congratulations. All right, and here coming up for second place, David Arute. Dave, he just pulled away, and there's no catching up to him at the end, but you had a great race as well.
Yeah, my crew worked hard on the car, and we struggled a little bit. The car was tight all day, but luckily my crew guys made the right decision, Steve Johnson, to go out a little tight in the beginning so it was loose in the end. I got to thank my crew, Rick, Mike, Steve Johnson, Felicia, Wendy, Laura, everyone that's been helping out. BFR Chassis, BA Museo, Nichols College, check them out. USA Hauling, HMS Motorsports, Napa, and DMS Photography for the second place sponsorship.
All right, there you go. There's second place, David Arute, and here we have third place, Cliff Saunders. He's up for Rookie of the Year this year. It's been a while since he's been at Victory Lane, and that, like I said, the last second, you managed to get third place. Great race tonight.
Yeah, thanks. This is probably the best race I've had in a couple months. The car's just been off this year. We can't really seem to figure it out. This is probably the best it's been in a while. Race is going really good, and towards the end of the race, the car started to go away a little bit and wasn't handling very good. But that last restart, everyone kind of stacked up a little bit, and was able to get the second. Lost a couple of spots near the end, but the car was pretty good, and feels good to be able to have another good run first time in a while. Just got to thank everyone who helped me out, the whole team, American Sleep, Aaron B. Museo, Rad Auto Machine, BMR Transmissions, Rob Davis, Johnson Memorial Medical Center, everybody else who helped me out.
Good job. Thanks a lot. Have a good night. And that concludes the limited late model divisions. And coming up is the last one of the night, the late models. Back to you in the tower.
Out of New York, it is Mike Scorzelli, car number 18.
Then in car number 16 from Stafford, in the mainline heating and supply, a TSI Harley-Davidson car, Alpine Tree Service. Michael Bennett wants to thank them for all the support they have given him. Here's a Magnum, Michael Bennett.
Car number 4 will be starting next, a Butler Motorsports car from Stafford Springs, Connecticut, Tommy Butler.
Driving car number 28 tonight from East Long Meadow, Daryl Keene.
Off turn number 4. Double flags in the air. Rich Keeter gives him the green, and Josh Wood leads him to the bottom of turn 2. 3 wide racing for the 3rd spot, Matt. Tommy Fern with the old girl back in the competition. Look at Jay Stewart. Slingshot move into seconds.
Boy, the new girl was Jay Stewart, and the old reliable Tommy Fern had not driven that car for 5 years, but he is going after Jay Stewart in a fight for second.
Who are the movers and shakers? Gamba Corda considered one of those. Scorzelli along with the defending champion Adam Gray. Behind him, Michael Bennett and J.J. Hill.
It is Josh Wood. He led a lot of laps a week ago, and right now he has the upper hand against Jay Stewart, who fell to second in the point standings after last week's race. A little battle deeper in the field, Tommy Butler, who has had no luck at all this season since coming back, is able to get the jump on J.J. Hill. Also making a move underneath him is Jim Peterson.
Meanwhile, Adam Gray and Scorzelli have a side-by-side race going on, and that's at the bottom of the top 10. Down the back straightaway. Things are starting to settle in just a bit. Josh Wood, a standout in the limited late models and a former champion in his rookie season, setting a good pace as Stewart still running in second. Battle seems to be the battle for the 4th spot, Matt. Gamba Corda with a car that seems to run well on the bottom as he now takes...
Look at Corey Casagrande trying to get 2 for the price of 1.
Here comes Adam Gray. He's also threading the needle through traffic. Gray is followed by Scorzelli. Michael Bennett and Butler almost come together. And there's good side-by-side racing. Look at Fern. Still in the 3rd spot, but look at Gray up to 4.
And now Gamba Corda is trying to hold on. Scorzelli is behind him. This is the best Tommy Butler has been in the 5 weeks since he has come back. Right now, he is trying to thunder his way underneath Scorzelli, and he pulls off the move. This is like the old Tom Butler we used to know.
The color green is coming back towards the front of the field. Jimmy Peterson is also threading the needle. Michael Bennett and J.J. Hill. Kyle Casagrande has an evil race car tonight. 7 laps are into the record books in this 30-lap event. Josh Wood way out in front. Further back in the field, we see Butler now setting his marks. Oh, Butler makes contact with Gamba Corda. Butler is wasting no time at all tonight. Car number 4 is coming to the front now.
Boy, he is on a mission. Getting by Gamba Corda, and now he'll be going after the 1 of Corey Casagrande. So that should be an interesting battle developing. Josh Wood in solitary confinement at the front of the field, leading by about the length of I-84 against Jay Stewart. So what a run so far for Josh Wood. He does not look like a rookie.
He certainly doesn't, way out in front. Last week we saw Stewart with a brand new race car, this race car, go from the back to the front before he had an ignition problem, taking him out of the event late in the competition.
Tommy Fern with a battle against Adam Gray.
Good battle right there. Fern, his premier race car is being fixed this past week, and he took the old girl back out for a jaunt, and she's looking racy in the 3rd spot. Adam Gray, defending series champion, all over Fern, as the battle is a battle for the 3rd position currently. Butler is reeling in on Corey Casagrande. Scorzelli and Peterson further back in the field, and Michael Bennett.
Boy, Tommy Butler has some voltage in that number 4 car as he tries to catch up against Corey Casagrande. Then we have Kevin Gambacorta against Peterson, Scorzelli 9th, Michael Bennett 10th, and Josh Wood is still all by his lonesome. He is almost in quarantine at the front of the field.
Meanwhile, look at Corey Casagrande muscling Tommy Fern. Butler is also there. Adam Gray has now moved into the 3rd spot. Corey Casagrande just a few laps ago almost looked out of this battle, but now he's back there and contending.
Corey Casagrande thought he had a good enough car last week to win, but was involved in a couple of altercations. He is able to get by the combination of Ferd and Butler, and he has 4th place all to himself. Now let's see if he can make a move on the 3rd place car, Adam Gray, car number 97.
Tom Butler has the fastest car on the racetrack, 21.328 the last time by. 21.328. It's been a long time since we've seen Tom Butler this strong. Now he is down underneath Corey Casagrande, 15 laps and counting in this 30-lap event. Half of the event is over, and Josh Wood is the dominant car at the points.
Trying to machete his way underneath Butler. Casagrande couldn't pull off the move and now lurches backwards. And he has to worry about Tommy Fern moving in. Gambacorta has had another solid run. He has been doing this all season long. Peterson within striking distance, and Josh Wood. It's like he is running a time trial. He has the track all to himself, the backstretch all to himself.
And the battle of this event has now become a battle for second between Stewart and Gray. And then we move to a battle that's raging. Now look at Adam Gray. Down underneath Stewart, thinks twice of it and pulls back in the line. A little further back, Corey Casagrande, Tommy Fern, along with Gambacorta and Jimmy Peterson. Then there's a big gap, and Scorzelli, Bennett.
And here's Gray moving into second as he made the slingshot move underneath Jay Stewart. And Adam Gray is in second, and he has 11 laps in which to try to reel in Josh Wood.
In 2014, car number 4's best finish, Matt, has been 15th.
And he has not finished any races, so this looks like vintage Tommy Butler, tied for 4th place on the all-time win list in the late model division with Chuck Zintarski. So he has had a great career, and he's having a great night tonight, giving Stewart a lot to think about for 3rd place.
There is less than 10 circuits to go, and Josh Wood has the biggest lead of the night in any feature event so far. Butler all over Jay Stewart. A good battle there for the 3rd spot. Here's Butler. Wherever Butler puts that race car, it seems to want to stick, Matt, as he is now on the inside of Stewart, going, but not gone. He has to settle back in the line.
Boy, he has denture cream for tires on that car, though, because he gets a grip, trying to disrupt the rhythm of Jay Stewart again as they blockbuster their way toward the 3rd turn. Let's see if Butler can make a move. Adam Gray really not making any progress in his battle to catch Josh Wood. Here comes Butler. Do or die time for the 4 car.
And he does it. He will pick up the spot. Inside lane looks racy. Casagrande moves under Stewart. Stewart shuffled further back in the field. Here comes Fern, Gambacorta, and Jim Peterson.
Well, for Tommy Butler to get a podium tonight, it would almost to him feel as good as a victory because he is pretty solid. There's some chaos behind him. Jim Peterson got into the grass, but he is able to make the pass going sideways at Stewart. He is on life support in turn 2 and is able to get out of danger, but the yellow comes out on lap number 25. So we had 34. And also Peterson in the middle of turns 3 and 4 went around. So we had 34 laps of green flag racing in the SK Modifieds and 24 laps of green flag racing tonight in the late models.
So with 24 laps on the board now, the entire complexion of this event has suddenly changed. Josh Wood's commanding lead is gone.
And he has to go against the reigning champion. And the word we get is a flat tire on the Peterson car. And limping into the paddock, Jay Stewart. Remember, that car only has 2 races on it, as he hammered his original car. As we are about ready to go down onto pit road, as let's go for this Flamingo Motorsports report.
42, Jay Stewart's in there making a major adjustment on the suspension, both right and left. 17 with the flat tire. He's rolling into his pit. They're ready to change that out. Peterson, very, very disappointed with what happened, but he went probably when he went off the racetrack. Pit board is out. Peterson is in. The jack is under the car, and they go to work quickly to replace that right rear drive tire on the number 17 of Jim Peterson. He sits anxiously in the car, as anxious as Jim Peterson ever gets, as the crew works feverishly to get that tire changed out.
Well, Tony, we've seen them throw the tire that was flat off the car, and now they're working to put the other tire on. Jimmy Peterson has also had a roller coaster season. Nights he's been brilliant, and other nights he has struggled. But we talked about it earlier, Matt. Tommy Butler, best finish this season is 15th, has not been finishing races. Tonight he looks like days of old. And don't count out the green car in third, because green is the color of money. And tonight, Tom Butler looks like a moneymaker.
Yeah, it looks like money in the bank in that number 4 car. We have a couple of feel-good stories. One is at the front of the field. Josh Wood, in his rookie season, looking for his first win in a late model. And then you have to talk about Tommy Butler, who has not won here since 2009. Almost 5 years to the day. His last win was on September 4th. He is tied for 4th and 5th on the all-time list. Listen to these names. The all-time win leader in the late models, Ryan Pasacco. In second is Woody Pitcat. Jim Peterson in third. And tied for 4th and 5th, Tom Butler. And you know who he's tied with?
Who, Matt?
He is on the infield, but not in a race car. Chuck Zintarski.
Chuck Zintarski. Let's see what's going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, lights are off on the safety vehicle. Place your bets now. Final chance. Rich Keeter looking them over from the starter stand. Here they come, full-bodied style. Oh, and the outside lane doesn't take off. It works to the advantage of Butler as Gray has a problem getting the car into gear.
It also worked to the advantage of Tom Ford as he greyhounds his way into third. Scorzelli going underneath Gray in an intense battle for 4th place. They go up high, and look at J.J. Hill making a great 3-wide move.
They are 3 wide, doubled up like a swarm of bees. Outside, inside, all over the racetrack. And look at Jay Stewart. He's back in the top 5, and Jimmy Peterson says if he can do it, so can I. Peterson is up to 5th. Scorzelli is now challenging for 6th. As they rumble back to the line, the Casa Grande boys are bumping and grinding, and Adam Gray's car is evil.
The storyline up at the front. Josh Wood trying to hang on. Here is Tommy Butler trying to break the tie he has with Chuck Zintarski. 3 laps to go, and Butler is gaining ground.
Butler is closing in. Wood is still the leader. Clock is ticking. Tommy Fern on the podium. J.J. Hill, with perhaps the move of the night, is setting in the 4th spot. Peterson, a flat tire, back up to 5. Popsicle sticks are up. 1 mile left, Matt, in this late model feature event.
And this will be the toughest mile of the season for Josh Wood. Butler is gaining. Tommy Fern trying to hold on to 3rd, but J.J. Hill and Jim Peterson are gaining. Here comes Wood. He lightning bolts his way out of the fourth quarter. He is a half mile away from the best moment in his racing career.
Joshua Wood has won in the dares. He's won in the limited late models, but he has never won in the late models here at Stafford. The Rat Auto Machine number 15 with the yellow rookie stripe on the back bumper. Less than 2 turns. Ladies and gentlemen, off turn number 4, Joshua Wood will take down the win. Tommy Butler in for second. Look at the battle for third, Matt.
And it is Fern just by fingernails over J.J. Hill. Fern on the outside was able to get it done.
He certainly was. J.J. Hill will finish in the 4th spot. Jimmy Peterson, a good comeback for 5. Jay Stewart for 6. Adam Gray for 7th. Kevin Gambacorta for 8th. Michael Bennett for 9th. And Corey Casagrande to round out the top 10.
Then it was Daryl Keene finishing 11th. The Hammer. Rich Hammond finishing in 12th. Mike Scorzelli in 13th. And Kyle Casagrande will finish in 14th. Josh Wood, well, you said he won in the Dare Stocks. That was a great moment. He won in the limited late models in his first race ever in that division. But tonight, he is able to get his first late model win, and it was not handed to him. It came down to a double file restart with 5 laps to go. And Josh Wood was able to get the jump on Adam Gray. Tommy Butler didn't get his 24th career victory tonight, but he has earned the respect of all the race fans. Tommy Butler is back. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
And a lot of people in Stafford have to be proud and excited over that, as Butler will finish in the runner-up spot. And Tommy Fern brings out the old girl, takes her to the dance. She might not have been the prettiest girl in the place, but she got the job done to finish in the top 3.
Well, she might not have been pretty, but she was a heck of a dancer as he was able to tap dance his way into the top 3. And for Tommy Fern, driving a car he had not driven in competition for 5 years, another great moment. So 3 very interesting stories on the podium tonight in Napa Victory Lane.
And coming up next, the big event, the final race of the night. And that, of course, the Valente Modified Series, as John Spence will be moving into Broadcast Central as the resident expert there. But our attention shifts to Napa Victory Lane and a very ecstatic young man, and deservingly so. Tonight's winner is down there with Connor Sullivan.
Joshua Wood, you had a dominating performance tonight. Great under the green flag, great on the restart. Take us through it.
Oh man, the car was handling amazing. I'd like to thank BFR. He got this car to handle. You know, we've been struggling with it every week. We brought it to him. He's worked with us a lot. Also, my dad from Out on the Machine for the power. I mean, this thing pulled all the way down the straightaways. Everyone that helps out. I mean, my dad, Matt, Ernie. I couldn't do it without them. Got John, my spotter, Jerry. You know, he's been up there every week supporting me. You know, all the sponsors. We got Falls Alignment, Right on Machine, Custom Wood Floors, Casagrande Builders, Newman's Lawn Care. Everyone that helps out, you know, Napa, Sunoco Race Fuels.
How would you sum up your season so far? You even changed cars mid-season as well, but you've been consistently up near the front.
Yeah, you know, it's an up and down year, you know, from coming from the championship last year to playing against, racing against people that have been racing longer than I've been alive. You know, I'm only 20. These guys have been racing 30 plus years. It feels great, you know. Hopefully I can continue the success this year and next.
Well, it was the young gun who got it done for the first time in his late model career, Joshua Wood. As we'll move over to our second place runner, very good to see this guy right back here on the podium, Tommy Butler. You made a heck of a run to the front as well, and must feel good after some of the struggles of late.
Oh, it feels great, actually. The guys have been working hard. We were chasing something with a skip and the thing. Couldn't find electrical, whatever, fuel. We finally got it right. I finished 30 laps, and this, I think, is my either 4th or 5th try down here this year. And we got a fast car. We're capable of coming from the back to the front, so the back is no big deal. It never has been for me. So I want to thank Tony Alteri for TA Power, Steve McCarthy, SBM Chassis. My guys, they're there every night for me when I need them. I can't ask for anything else. I wanted one more spot. I was hungry, but there's always next week.
Yep, still got a couple of weeks to go, but a great run tonight for second place finisher Tommy Butler. As we'll bring in the other Tommy on the podium. What a performance for Tommy Fern as well, bringing out some old equipment tonight, and you brought it up to the front as well.
Well, first of all, I got to thank Don from Rad Auto Machine. He let us use the motor tonight, and hats off to him, or else we wouldn't be here. My guys on my crew, my family, my friends, they put everything together this week to get this car all back together, and so we could get here. And Safeco Foam, King Award Coach Lines, Sun Valley Fire Equipment, all those guys, they keep a little bit of money behind me so we can keep coming back every week.
All right, that's the story for our third place finisher, Tommy Fern. Two veterans on the podium, but at the top, it's one of the rising stars in Stafford, Joshua Wood. That's it for the late models.